going to do a class today down on the floor, on the mat, using our hand weights. I've got 1.5 kilograms or 3 pounds, and we're just going to have them either side of the mat to start with, and the first part of the exercise will be on our hands and knees. Okay, so let's go ahead and line ourselves up. So let's just take our time to feel even between our knees and our shoulders and arms. Spread out your fingers, soften your elbows, and I want you to think of just drawing your tummy in. So notice the natural curve of your spine and just let that be as it is, but then just drawing your tummy. That'll help you feel really stable. And as we go along, if your wrists start to hurt, you can always switch it up and try a fist, because sometimes I do that when my wrists get a bit tired. But see how you go. Okay, so our first exercise, we're just going to slide one leg back. Come forward, make sure I'm on my mat nice and even. Okay, now toes are on the floor, one leg's back. What I do is I want you to think of the back of the neck being nice and long, and think of pushing down with your arms so your shoulder blades are broad. Then think of drawing in your tummy and think of pointing your hip bones down to the mat. Okay, stretch out the leg, and then all you do is just slide it back and in. Then the other knee, just slide the toes back, square everything off. So think of the crown of the head, so length the back of the neck, shoulders are broad, tummy's in, hip bones are square, slide it back and in. Other side, slide it and bring it back. This is a really good one to do at the beginning of our class right now, so that you can bring yourself inward and feel that grounded feeling. You know, I don't know what you were doing just before class. I was out for a walk and then I tidied up at the kitchen, rushed around, and then you know, you come onto the mat, sometimes you just need a minute to, you know, bring your thoughts inward and just to feel like, okay, I'm focused, I'm steady, and then you can just focus your time here with me now. And it's just that stabilizing. I always find when I first start, the first few are a bit of a wobble, and then as I'm practicing, I'm getting steadier and steadier. Last one, and back and in. Then we're going to take our weight, and I want you just to take one weight and put it up forward. So one hand rests on the weight like this. Maybe not exactly straight, maybe a tiny little bit out to the side, just a wee bit. Palm is at the top of the weight and you're going to press down. This is going to give us a feeling of being a little bit unstable, which will make us use our core a little bit more. Okay, now the opposite leg slides back. Okay, find your balance. It's not easy, is it? Okay, tummy in, because what we're going to do now is lift up that long straight leg at the back. Just lift it to be level with your body. Drawing your tummy so your body stays still, then pop it back and down. Take a little lift, put it back and down. And again, lift, but really stretch the leg. You make that leg feel like it's working. Little lift and down, lift and down. One more, lift and down. You leave your leg out the back there, and we're going to pick up the weight. You're going to pick it up and tuck your arm in by your chest here. Now we're going to punch the weight forward, tuck it back in by your chest. Punch forward, tuck it in. You've got this, we've only got about 4 more. 1, tummy in. 2, 3. Remember, you can do all of these moves without the weight. It's about stabilizing muscles. And then back and down. Let's put the weight right in the middle there, hand on the floor, slide that leg in, and then just sit back. Give your wrists a bit of a stretch, gently. Okay. And of course, if you can't sit if it doesn't feel comfy to sit like this, maybe you just up like this. Okay. And we'll do the other side. So down we come. And the other hand has the weight out in front. Now find that stabilizing, strong posture look in your body. So collarbones are broad, back of the neck's long, tummy's in, opposite leg slides back. Your hip bones, I always feel like that hip wants to lift up. Point it back to the mat and pull your tummy in. Soften the elbow of the arm that's supporting you up there. Okay, then it's just a little lift. Really stretch and down. Lift, down. You're pulling your tummy in, you're working your abdominals. The muscles stabilizing your hip. The hamstring of the leg that's lifting up. Activate the back of the leg as you lift. Up. You know, these kind of exercises, when you follow these ones online, sometimes it's good just to have a look at what to do, and then once we've got the idea, we'll carry on and do a few together. Really think of eyes on the floor, in front of your hands, back of the neck really long. And then the toes go down, they're going to stay right there, and you pick up the weight. Tuck the arm in by your chest. Punch it forward, bring it in, nice and steady. Every time I go to wobble, I bring my tummy in a little bit more. That's it, punch. We only have 2 more, nice and slow, nice and controlled. You can do it. We're nearly there. 2, and put the weight down in the middle. Hands on the mat, knee comes in. You sit back, give your wrists a bit of love again. Ooh. Okay. It's good for us to have this weight bearing through our wrists to strengthen. Okay. The next one we're going to do, I'm going to go on a fist. Maybe you'll do the same. So we come here, we make a fist. I'm going to pick up the weight with one hand and just have it here by my body. The opposite leg goes back because I'm going to make myself a little bit more unsteady, and then I'm just going to straighten my arm down back beside my body. Have a look first. So it's just a bend of the arm and a straighten of the arm. Do this with me. We have about 10 on each side. If you wanted a real challenge, you could lift up that back leg. Oops. Try and stabilize. That's it. Really stretch the arm back. You're feeling the back of the arm there when you straighten, like a bit of a squeeze as you're keeping the elbow in close by your body. I think that must be 10. Put the weight down in the middle, hand down, knee in. Other side. So I'm going to be on my fist, opposite leg back, one hand in. Line yourself up. Here we are. So it's just straighten the arm. So I've got a straight arm and a straight leg there, opposite arm and leg. And then I just bend and straighten, bend, straight. Keep your upper arm touching your body there. And then lift up the back leg if you want more. Back of the neck's long. That's it. Whoa. I was thinking of the next move and I lost my focus. You might find the same when you practice Pilates with me. You start thinking about what you're doing after the class is finished and you wobble. It doesn't matter. Just bring yourself back. It's such a good reminder. I can bring myself back into focus, bring myself back to balance all the time. Weight goes down, hand goes down, knee comes in. Hands it back. Bit of love on your wrist. Going to work glute and hamstring now. And this will be our last exercise on the floor, okay? On our hands and knees. So, it goes like this. You're just going to pop the weight behind the knee there. And then you sort of jam it in. If you flex your foot, you'll be able to hold it. Okay? And of course this works if the weight bothers you and you don't want to use the weight, it's okay. Don't have your knees too close together. They should be under your hip bones, nice. And make a fist or on your hands like this, soften your elbows. And then we just lift up, have a look. We just lift up like this. Swing the thigh back down. The thigh lifts up, the thigh goes in. Just look at the screen for a sec. It's easy to arch in. We're not doing these ones, okay? We're keeping really still. Up, up. You have to keep squeezing the weight. That will mean that the back of the leg is working. If the weight feels like it's going to drop out, that's because the hamstring is not holding it, okay? So keep flexing your foot, squeezing the weight, and then we're just going to bring the thighs in line. Then the thigh goes out to the side, back in, just for about 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's us done there. We just switch it over. See how the other side feels. Okay. Oops, doesn't feel like I've got it in there. Take your time. Flex. Flexing the foot helps. All right. Find that nice, steady, strong body, and then thigh lifts up and back. When I lift up the foot to the ceiling, I think of pulling the tummy in. That does keep my body still, but there's another trick I do as well. When the leg lifts up, I think of bringing my hip bone closer to my ribs. It tilts the pelvis in the right shape to keep your body still. Or sometimes you may have heard me cue rib to hip. It's that feeling. And often I forget that feeling and I just do the movement, and then I notice and I bring myself back to finding that connection. And then we just go out to the side for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we just take that out, put the weight on the side of the mat, and you can roll around. We have a lie down. Good work. It looks so easy, doesn't it, those moves, but they're really hard. They're really hard. And you did well. Okay. Don't be fooled. That's a challenge. Okay. Hands up. I want you to just flex your wrist. So like you were on the mat, just like this, but then go the other way. So now you point your fingers to your body. And then back towards you, down, and then circle. And then the other way. Oh, a few cracks in my wrist, maybe you too. Okay. Hands down. Wiggle your feet so they're glued together, legs are glued together, and I want you to touch your lower back into the ground. When you do that, maybe you notice the connection through your center straight off. That's good. We're going to do a couple of exercises for our midline now. So when I touch my lower back into the ground, it feels like maybe like I've got a belt tightening around my waist. I feel this connection of the inner thighs. So feel that and then let it go. And then again, squeeze your inner thighs together, touch your lower back into the ground, find this drawing down, this connection, and then relax. And one more, squeeze the thighs, touch your lower back into the mat. Now hold that feeling because we're going to leave that there as we do some exercises. We'll hold our weight, just one weight, end to end. And I want you to pop that behind the back of your head. So I'm just going to leave my elbows out to the side a little bit. And I'm going to do a chest lift. I'm going to lift up my head and chest. But again, can you squeeze your thighs? Feel your lower back touching the mat. Take a breath in. Keep that connection through your center as you just tuck the chin and take a little lift up. Okay? Back and down. Breathe in. And breathe out to lift, little lift. Now I've got the weight there behind my head. Don't let it pull you forward. Don't let it jam your chin down. It's just a little, like a little marker point for you, all right? And it's going to help you in the next move, actually. The weight will help you move. So we're going to lift up, hold. Then you reach the weight forward towards your knees or your thighs and see how that will help you lift up a little bit more. Now here's the challenge. See if you can squeeze your legs together, hold that shape, touch the weight back behind your head, and then you lay down. Good. We're going to do 3 more. Take a breath. Breathe out. We come up. Reach and arc the arms and the weight forward. Good. Hold it there. Stay lifted as you pop it back behind your head, and then you go on down. And again, lift, breathe in and let it lift you up, 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 up. Good, hold, put it back. Oh, that's the hard bit. And then down, last one, dig deep and lift and reach. Good. Now, challenge yourself, hold that height, hands behind the head, back and down. Good. Let's take the weight out and put it beside you. Separate your feet to be hip distance apart. Okay. Now, hands down beside you. We're going to lift our hips up in a bridge. So touch your lower back into the ground. Again, feel that connection you found before through your tummy. And then you'll lift up your hips as you push the upper arm down into the ground. And then you roll yourself back down with a little bit more length. We do 3 more bridges, and each time I want you to lay your body down a little bit longer, a little space between each vertebrae. Lift up, up, up as you push down with your feet, down with the back of the arms. Take a breath in. Now as you lay down, stretch your body out, out, out. And when you touch down, everything relaxes. Last one, lower back touches the mat. Feel your tummy scooped out. Now, as the hips lift up, your feet push down. The back of the arms push down as your body just floats. Take a breath in. And now, very, very slowly, you're going to lay yourself down as you sigh out with more space. Each vertebrae, and when you touch down, your whole body relaxes, including your shoulders and your jaw. Good. Now, you're going to take your left leg and slide it out along the floor. Maybe have a look at what to do first. We're going to lift the straight leg up to the ceiling and lift up into a bridge. So it looks like this. Have a look. We go up and down. We do about 6 together. Ready? Maybe you can even put your arms wider, or you can hold on to your hips to help you. Okay, here we go. And you're going to push down, leg up, and down, and up, and down. It's less of a roll, isn't it, with one leg, I always find anyway. It's more of a just to put your body down, but put it down softly. Lift. Last one. Good work. That's it. And then just put your feet together. Let everything relax. Okay, shake it out. Other side. Leg goes out long. Here we go. The leg lifts up and you lift up. Everything down. Try and keep your hips square. One thing I have to do is my toes on the floor, the leg that's lifting me up, I always want to scrunch up those toes. See if you can spread them out and really press down through the whole foot. Up, down, up, down. Good. Slide that leg in, feet together, legs together. Big breath in, softly out. Interlace your hands, pop them behind the back of your head. Okay, squeeze your legs, press your lower back down into the mat. You're going to take a little lift into a chest lift and then just have a little twist to one side. Look back to your thighs, twist the other way. Look back and twist. When I twist, I really have to push. I'm twisting to my right thigh pushes into the left. So I've got that feeling that I can use my waist and my hips and my legs are really still. So it's really just the upper body that's from the ribs up, the base of the ribs, where I'm getting the movement from. Everything else is very still. And then back and down. Take your hands out from behind the back of your head and lift your legs into tabletop and hold on behind the back of the thighs. Okay, we're going to roll ourselves to sit up. It's a bit of a tricky move, but you know, I've seen so many ladies struggle with this, and then as they practice it, it's something you can get, okay? And sometimes it's just about the order of how you engage your muscles and the sequence of how you roll up. So I'm going to show you a few tricks if you find yourself getting a little bit stuck today. So what we'll do is we're just going to tuck the chin, push the legs into the hands and the hands into the thighs, and then I'm just going to arc forward and sit up. Good, and then we roll back down. So I'm just going to pull the tummy back so my back's rounded, my arms are straight, and then I just gently lay down. Try not to drop down. Okay, if that's really, you find that a bit tricky, what you could do is you can have a little bit of momentum as you're getting used to it, okay? So you can come down, but do come down slowly. So lay your back down, and as your feet float up, your thighs will come towards you, back and down. So if you need to do a little swing, go ahead. Otherwise, just tuck the chin and push to sit up. So you're rounded, and then you sit tall. And I go to a rounded shape till my arms are straight, and then I lay down. And another trick, take a breath in when you're here, and when you go to sit up, you're really going to take a big deep breath in, out. So your breath out is going to help you lift up. Breathe in and then out. Take a breath in and then out, tuck the chin, roll on up. That's it. Then we're just going to have your legs outstretched. Okay, legs together, and I'm flexing my feet. If you find it hard to sit up really straight, and sometimes I do too because my legs are a bit tight today actually, so you could always just bend your knees. As long as you're up straight, that's the main thing. And then we're going to put the hands behind the back of the head. Lengthen your back. Think of pulling the back of your head sort of up. It's almost like you can use your hands to make your spine lengthened. And then we're just going to take a little twist. Look forward again, a little twist. And look forward. And twist. And forward. Twist. Forward. Twist. Forward. I do a little pulse. And back. And back. Then arms come down. You put your hands behind you. You have your fingers pointing to your body, or they can point out to the side. Maybe out to the side. And then here we are relaxing. I want you to go back into that feeling where you're lifting your chest up out of your shoulders. One leg's bent, one leg straight. The straight leg, I'm going to drive the heel into the ground, activate the back of the leg to lift the hips up. Okay, and I just glance up a little bit. And then back down, so I just touch down, and then I'm going to push back up, back and down, push down with the straight leg, the heel of the straight leg, really push it down. We want the back of the leg to work there, and then we'll switch sides. So one foot's bent, one leg straight, try and push down with both legs, so it's not just the bent leg that's got all the effort. And last one, up, down, legs go out. Then we bend the knees and reach your arms out in front. I want you to lift up your arms, lift up your spine, and then take a big stretch out to the side as you soften everything and let your arms float down beside you. And again, you lift up your arms forward, they go up, your spine goes up, and then you soften, bring everything down. If your hips are tight, your knees might go out to the side for the next one. Arms go forward, they go up, big circle as you sigh out. And as your arms go down, you can still feel that your spine is floating up. Bring your legs in, and that's you all done. Good work.